Hello. I just learned something, or maybe it's something I'd forgotten, and now I'm rediscovering. But apparently, skeletons can ride spiders. Oh, he died. There was a skeleton on top of this spider. I didn't know that was a thing. I got an Enderman in here a minute ago. Oh, then why did I think this was a good idea? There's a reason I have this area. The Enderman died around here. I'm not seeing a pearl. I need to try to get in there to see if it's there. I have gotten one other pearl, so that's 4 now. Potentially 5 if there's one in there, but I don't think there is. There are spiders that are going to fall down on me. At least one. Come on, man. Just fall. Oh, they were over here. That could have been dangerous. I could have fallen in the lava. But oh well. I didn't. And, in fact, there was no pearl, as I suspected. Hi-oh. We're digging a hole. We're digging a very, very big hole. I'm going to put the mob spawner, which is this whole area, down at bedrock because I learned that Endermen will only teleport 32 blocks away. And so I am getting rid of some options for them. So I'm going to be digging out a bunch of blocks to get down to bedrock and make it so that the Endermen have less and less options of where to teleport. I will also be digging out 32 blocks on every side of the platform and putting water, I think. I think water is the best way to stop it in all those spaces. So just to show you, this is the level that I'm digging down to because bedrock starts here. And in order to keep it flat, that's the farthest down I can go. We are at Y6. And so these are already gone. That would have to have been 38, which is way up there. This is plenty of space. And the platform is going to be just as big as it was up there. So it's going to be this big. However many blocks this is, it's a lot of blocks. And then I'm going to dig 32 blocks out each direction, including diagonally. Apparently, they can teleport diagonally. But that's going to be down there. The reason it's down here is so that I don't have to, it halves my work. I don't have to worry about below here because that's just void and lava. There's some potential air gaps, but not very many if they exist. So I don't really have to worry about it. And I just have to do all of these sides. And this will already be done for the middle platform. I would still have to go up 32. So I go up 32 and across 32. And that's going to be a lot. But theoretically, it's going to mean that I get a bunch of Endermen. Because I've been getting a bunch of Endermen, but they teleport away. You can see, I'm hoping you can see that there's stone bricks here, and there's cobblestone all around. That's the floor of the mob spawning, and that's all places that Endermen have taken blocks from. But then when I go in there, there's a bunch of blocks around, and there's only one Enderman, or sometimes there's even none. So Endermen have been in there, but they teleport away. So I'm trying to prevent that, giving them no spaces to teleport, and then that means I can have more Endermen. I've also been experimenting with how far you can jump across a gap, and I found you can jump across 4. So from here to here, it's 6 if you include these 2 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But you have to get it right. You have to jump right as you hit the edge, right there, and be running. So I find the easiest way to do it, this has just been something to be fun while I do the monotony of mining out a giant hole. You jump multiple times before you get there, and then you jump at the end. It puts you in a groove of jumping, and you jump at the end, and it gets you there. That I thought for sure that was going to kill me. Did not mean to fall. But I can now test, see if I've got. I have. This is the farthest I've been able to do it. I'm not. I will have to watch that on the playback. I'm not sure if I fell one down. You can definitely do it from 3, even though they're not on the same level. You can do it from that block, but I can also do it from that block, just less consistently. And also, my mob spawner has been running while I'm down here, because I don't want to waste that. But that's not what we're going to keep doing today. I need a better way getting XP, and now that I have a theoretically efficient way of getting Endermen, I think we need to go back and focus on the blaze. I need to go back to that fortress. Because I'm so close to the end now, it seems. Just a few days ago, it seemed like it would take months. But now I feel like I'm onto something. Alright, we're ready to go. I got a new sword. It knocked back to sharpness 4, which is better. But that's level 49, so I don't know. And I got all materials I'm gonna need. I'm following a tutorial, so this is not an original thing. We are off to the nether to hopefully not die and make a blaze farm. Rid of scary. Oh, that lag was very scary. It takes a lot to stop a blaze from spawning. So I'm gonna spam torches like nobody's business. None are spawned here, so I don't know what that means, but I'm still spamming torches. I'm not taking the risk. See? Takes a lot for them to not spawn. I think he was probably down here. Basically spam torches until nothing is spawning. I'd rather go overboard and be safe than not and then die. Excessive? Probably. Not even probably. Definitely. But does it work? It seems like it. Okay, so I have a bunch of stone brick. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna break my pickaxe. Get some blocks to block off the spawner so I can break those torches and build around it. That is the first step. To make sure nothing can spawn, you fill in a 8x8 area around the spawn. 8x8x2 area around the spawner. Every time I break any blocks like this, it's going to give them a chance to spawn in here. So, you gotta be careful. So first, you get a spawner, you want to go 3 blocks in each direction. So 1, 2, 3. I knew that was going to happen. That's what I'm talking about. Every time I reveal a block, there's a chance of him spawning. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That freaked me out. Way more than it should have. Need to get that block that's under you. Because of that. Really? Oh, shoot. This is bad. Okay, so 3. And yeah, they can spawn in the middle of the air, so that's why you put the blocks down to get rid of air gaps. And there is one side where you need to make it go out further. And it is when the X and the Y come closer. I was looking at coordinates and he spawned, so I'm going to have a problem because I'm not going to be able to see my screen real well. Come on. So this side, I don't even have to look at the coordinates, but when X and Z both go negative, go down, that's when you know which side you're on. Which side needs more blocks, because it's an 8x8 area, not a 7x7 that needs to be filled in. But I can tell that it's this side just because they keep spawning here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 this way. And now, theoretically, I should be safe. So now, I'm going to clear some space around it. Alright, this is what we got so far. I'm going to do this so I can see it better. I like to look at it. It's the whole point of the glass I put in. Yeah, so they're going to spawn in these 2 layers of blocks that are blocked off right now. That's stopping them from spawning. And they'll fall down, and I'm going to make a system to make them, push them even farther. Yeah. And like I said, I'm following a tutorial, another person's video. So I only really know kind of what's going on. So they're going to spawn up here, and they're going to be pushed. Eventually, they float down and get destroyed. But this is just the first part. The next part, let's see, we're going to have ourselves some, where did I put them? They're in here somewhere. I just can't, there they are. Sticky pistons. And we're going to put them here. Here. Oops. Oh, there's a big tunnel there. They're going to go here. Did I do that right? And here. And these are going to be what's used to push the blazes. There's going to be blocks in front of them, and the blazes are going to be here with pressure plates that push, and then they fall down, and you do the same thing again. And that's the idea. Okay, so here's probably a better way of explaining what's going on. So the pistons I put are behind this block, not this block, behind this block. So we got pistons here. And then we're going to have repeaters go into each of these guys and pressure plates on top. So the blazes are going to spawn up there, start floating down, and any that hit here will get pushed. And we'll do that on all 4 sides. And the corners there are for catching some lava. There's a way of turning the whole thing off to have lava fall, and it will hit this corner. And then we're going to do basically the same thing, but smaller on this path. We're going to put some pistons. Are they going to be here, or? I think they're going to be here. And they're going to do the same thing. What was it, empty? Yeah. So it's going to do basically the same thing. We're going to have repeaters here. They're going to hit here. Pressure plates fall into a 4. Yeah. I'm not explaining it very well, but I think that gets the general idea across. The hardest bit is going to be the redstone. I do intend to do the redstone that he did in the video because it's pretty cool. I just don't know how to explain it. Yeah, so that's right. And then we do pretty much the exact same thing we did up there. The pistons are right here. And we're going to... Oh, I don't have any more repeaters. I need to make more repeaters. So yeah, I got the repeaters. And it's just the same exact idea. And we put some pressure fleets in front of them. And boom. And sometimes that will happen, but I doubt blazes move or don't move. So they'll either move to the right a little or move to the left a little, and either way they'll fall. And then we kill them in this spot, and this is where redstone begins, and the part I only vaguely understand. So this is everything except the redstone. We're gonna have some pistons that bring out some glass to put a floor right here, so that blazes can just gather here, and we don't have to worry about a bunch flooding in here. And then we are gonna put this here, and this is gonna push all blazes that get down here. They're push it into these two blocks, and then these guys are gonna push out, and they're gonna start crushing the blazes and causing them to get down. Hopefully, if I get the time right, down to exactly 1 heart, so I can just hit them, and that's how we're gonna farm them super easily. But knowing me, even following someone else's video, I will find a way to mess it up, probably. We're also going to put some glass right here so they can't get through. Yeah, so there's going to be some glass here, and we're going to stand here punching them when they are downed. And other than that, we just need to do the actual redstone, which I'm not looking forward to, but let's do it. So part 1 already done. I just need a lever to demonstrate it. These 2 pistons are already it. All it was just a torch here, a torch here. That's wrong there. And now this wire, whenever it's powered, they're shut, or they're open, I should say. Why is that one wrong? Interesting. Where, there you are. Is that, okay, so they would be crushing blazes like this, and then they're not. And that's all this is, and I'll put a timer on it to make sure they crush them for just a certain amount of time, and then they stop. And then this is done. I can hide these pretty easily. And now we have to do all the other complicated stuff. All right, so here's the idea for the other redstone. We got a crushers, and I took the lever from that, so they're shut. I'm going to just take that away so we can see what's going on. And these gas are so annoying. In fact, let's do that. So we have a redstone that runs all the way around, goes through this block because of a repeater, and gets to these piston, and the same thing on the other side. And they go all the way around up here. Can I see this? Yes, all the way around, and this is reflected on both sides until they get down here. Go down here and get into these. And honestly, this is the part that confuses me. I'm not sure how these top 2 are being powered, but they are. And I'm going to need to delay because you want that to push at a different point. So you hear that? Yes, so they are all being pushed, and the glass is pushed away, so the blazes are going to be standing on top of that glass, and when I'm ready, I get rid of that power, and they can fall down. and this is where they fall. And that will be a thing too. Now I need to figure out how to time it all, which is going to be fun. And there's the off switch done, or mostly done. It would be off right now. It requires lava to be in there, and I haven't put the lava in yet, so I haven't emptied those block spaces out. But the idea is simple. This lever powers a bunch of torches, and they make a tower that goes all the way up to the top. Oops, wrong button. And at the top, there's some pistons that will push away to get lava showing. So right now, it's off. The pistons, they're all sticky, and they will be holding lava right here. And when I power that lever again, they all pull away. Let's go test it just to make sure. But the fact that they're there right now shows me it works, but just proof of concept. You could maybe hear those pistons, but I have the sound turned down because of these stupid ghasts who are still loud anyway. But yeah, so now all the pistons are retracted, and the lava that is here will flow into these segments and fill up the whole area that would have spawned blazes, but because of lava in all four corners, that's enough light to stop them. And so that's the off switch. I need to put lava in there, but that's one of the last things I'm going to do. I hope this is making sense, because it's barely making sense to me. I don't know if I'm making sense to anyone else. I forgot about this until this moment. Which developer decided that would be the recipe for buttons? This makes so much more sense. I don't remember which version that changes. That actually tells me at least a potential newest version I've played in. My memory sucks. I don't remember. I think it's like 1.5, maybe 1.6, but that's not the point. Why? I guess maybe to match the recipe for sticks. I guess. Okay. This is kind of cool. I'm kind of liking this. I'm starting to understand what's going on. I guess watching the video the first time I didn't fully get it, and I'm probably not going to be able to explain it. But this is kind of scratching an itch I didn't know I had. That should turn off. Oh. Hang on. That's going to turn it off. Yeah. Yeah, so that turns it off. That turns it on. And I like that this little 7 backward 7 is kind of like a memory bank. It's storing the signal. So every time I push the button, this will change. Either this will be activated or this will be activated, which will light you up, and that's gonna do its own thing. I'm not there yet. I don't know if I fully understand that. But when I press this button, it activates this area, which turns off this light, meaning that all of these are turned off, so that this guy is turned on. And I'm probably not making any sense, but this guy being on makes this perpetually on. And so a button can hold a signal that never changes. And it's the same thing here. When I press this button, it goes into this block, which turns off this guy. And the second this guy's off and these are on, this guy gets to turn on, which keeps these perpetually on, keeping this perpetually off. And I think I'm understanding this, but I don't know if I'm making sense. But yeah, now these guys are on for good because of this guy. I don't know if I made any sense. I think I understand what's happening. But also, get rid of those blocks so you can see it's doing the glass part as well. It's not just doing the back wall. So the glass is retracted right now, and then it's pushed forward. Okay, so I've got it, but I am actually a few repeaters short. So I'm gonna put these down just to. Am I in this block? Okay. That was weird. I'm gonna put these repeaters down just to show you how it works, and then I will off camera get the others and get it going. So we go repeaters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with some redstone, and then hello, and some more redstone, and there with some more redstone. It doesn't really matter how they're laid out, just as long as there are 23 of them, and I only had 20, so I didn't quite get there. But the goal is to get to this block. So I don't know if putting down just redstone is going to mess that up, so I'm going to put those down. So this will demonstrate what it does, I think, theoretically. So now if I press that, it's open. So blazes can now fall down right here. This one keeps it open so blazes can fall in. And then when you push this one, blazes get crushed. And then I will have it timed so that they get crushed for a specific amount of time till they're 1 heart. And then I can punch them and get their resources and XP. This is also going to be great XP because blazes drop twice as much XP as zombies. And that's also something I need to do, put lava in these. So I'm going to get stone, make those repeaters, and that will be it. I'll also eventually make this look nice, but that's a task for a different time.